when the first police officer got there, it was a woman, and she did pretty much instantly pull her gun out, and say, you stay here. I'm going to go in the house. They could still be here.
Hi, I'm Lori Sanasari, and welcome to the Mrs. Fear Estate channel. Today with me, I have Allie. Allie is going to be sharing her terrifying story that she had while she was on the job. Allie, if you could just introduce yourself, how long you've been in the real estate, what company you're with,
Sure.
and what area you do real estate in.
Sure. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
So my name's Allie Zamore, and I have been in real estate, I lose track, but maybe 14 years. Active 6.
Okay, so you're a part-time agent?
I definitely was a part-time agent. My brother's a broker as well. Told me to not go back to teaching, shocker, and that he'll teach me everything that I need to know. So that's what happened. And then I stayed at home with my kiddos, and then life changes. So yeah, I've been actively in real estate 6 years, and worked for a couple different brokers, and then decided, yeah, this is not my jam. So started my own brokerage, met you.
I know, that's where we met.
In brokerage school.
I know, so boring.
So
But I got you out of it, and Catherine.
Yes.
Honorable mention, so she doesn't get mad and shank us.
Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Catherine. So the property in question,
Yes.
your incident, was that an investment property or a property management?
It was. And I think what I've learned through the years, like if you're in this industry, you kind of just end up with some type of investment property, I think, because you see them first, you see what's going on, and you see everyone else making these investments. So I decided to buy a 100-plus-year-old bungalow. Okay. Talk about spooky in itself.
Yeah, haunted, not the only owners and the only residents. Yeah. Okay.
And it actually took me almost an entire year to get this property ready to be an Airbnb.
Okay.
So,
all right, well, walk us through what happened. Be as detailed as possible. Remember, there are some people that are just listening and not watching, and they don't know the story, so walk us through it.
So, I mean, the gist of it is that I had taken a year to get this remodeled, put my blood, sweat, and tears into it, and I had just put it on Airbnb. I mean, maybe a week it was listed.
Okay, that's quick.
It was quick, and it was also just shocking that, I guess this all kind of comes together because the neighbors across the street were very scary.
Okay.
The neighbors across the street, I talked to the man, I guess, of the house, and he was nice throughout that year of remodeling this place, but eventually he kind of got weird and would just kind of stare across the street. I knew some major things were going on over there. The power got shut off. So I've kind of linked everything to that house because I think they told their friends that my house was vacant.
Okay.
So that's, I believe, how the whole thing started. But basically, I had Ring cameras everywhere, and I did not know what had happened until the next morning. But sometime in August of 24, basically 2 people, a man and a woman, broke into my Airbnb through the back door and decided to have what looked like kind of a meth party.
Oh, that's fun. Welcome to Florida.
It's just ironic, the whole thing. That's why I keep going back, like the people across the street that I just put it on Airbnb. And to be honest, the scary part of this was the cops, detectives. I mean, there were a lot of people involved. They said it could be that there was a crime where people search through the Airbnbs and kind of find vacant properties to take over or squat or whatever you call it. And
so ones that are not rented out, because Airbnbs are supposed to be vacant, which is why you can go on and...
So if you kind of spot the area where it is, you could potentially, it doesn't have addresses, I get that, but you could potentially spot a house from the pictures from the area.
Right.
And if the lights are off and there's no cars, fair
Yeah.
game.
Okay. Fair.
So
Okay.
I think that's what happened. But basically, I mean, it was incredibly scary that I could have walked in.
So how
Anyone
did you
could have,
discover it?
yes. Well, okay. So the Ring cameras. So we did have pictures. Unfortunately, I didn't know that was not paying for the subscription to record, but my handyman, who was also on the Ring feed, took screenshots from his phone of what he was seeing.
Okay.
And this was at, I believe it started, he got the notification around 9 or 10 that something was going on, but he thought it was just a guest. We didn't, communicate. He just thought it was a guest until I believe 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning when they were leaving and walking out with TVs.
Oh,
They wiped me clean.
okay. And then when you got there, like walk us through that. Like when
Okay,
you
so
got to the
that's
property
pretty scary.
yeah, let's
pretty
dive in
scary.
on that.
So all I knew was someone had been there. Obviously, law enforcement, I have to say, Tampa Police Department, TPD, was absolutely amazing. They were really helpful and patient. But when I showed up, they said, do not go in the house.
Well, they're supposed to instruct you to not go inside the house.
So I wanted to.
And I'm sure you did. I don't know why.
I was scared, but I was also at that point like very angry, scared. It was just a mix of emotions. But when the first police officer got there, it was a woman, and she did pretty much instantly pull her gun out and say, you stay here. I'm going to go in the house. They could still be here.
I'm very surprised that she went in the house alone.
Right. So she called for backup. He came pretty quickly, but I was surprised as well.
Okay.
Meanwhile, she didn't really tell me where to go or stand. So I was kind of on
Like,
the
am I
side,
just on the porch, or what are you in the
I'm
living?
just
Like, where?
I don't know. There were so many things I was thinking, but I was scared for her. And I mean, you just never know what's going to be inside. So shortly after, another officer came for backup and asked me, like, where did she go? It was strange, but I said in the back. So as I said in the back, she was kind of coming through the front door. So they both went in. Again, I guess she said it was clear, but she still had her gun and, and then at some point said I could go inside.
Okay. And did you have any kind of action plan if you heard commotion inside and heaven forbid, she came in contact
No, because
with
I
somebody?
pictured someone running through the front door at me, past me. I don't know. It was definitely scary. I didn't know what to expect. I still, you made a good point. I'm in shock that she kind of went in alone because
They're not supposed to. They're supposed to wait for backup.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Especially for that type of thing. So when you're standing there outside and you're just like, oh God, obviously a lot of things are going through your head. You're like, A, I've been robbed. Like all my stuff is gone. I've spent a year getting this place put together. But you're also in the mindset of, holy shit, like what if she needs help and I can't help her?
Right.
So when you're out there, like you had no course of action of what was going on. So how relieved were you when the second officer showed up?
Very relieved. I mean, he kind of looked at me like, I'm sorry this happened. It's going to be okay, but we need to make sure that these people are still not in there.
Right.
And what if they had friends? And I didn't have a recording of the whole thing. I just had screenshots of like a few people. I know it was a man and a woman that were kind of, I mean, they really decided, honestly, I know we can get into it, but like they decided they were going to have a meth party in my house. But, when someone's on drugs, obviously I don't hang out with, but I was extremely, I think anything could have happened.
Yeah, right. I mean, it happened in the middle of the night. So I guess the silver lining here is there wasn't a opportunity for you to have walked in on them.
Right. But I have people, this is the thought too. I have people who check in at midnight sometimes. They usually tell me, is this okay? I'll leave the light on.
Motel sex.
I'll leave the light on for you. But what if, like all these things were going through my head. What if I would have had a guest? I mean, there's a huge chance. It was
Yeah.
live on, I mean, that would have walked in on us.
So how has this changed how you manage your properties, but also how do you have like certain designated can't check in after this time, or have you changed anything about your business to accommodate for what happened?
I mean, I definitely have an alarm system now,
Okay.
and I tell people, they can use it. I have people obviously helping me turn it over, and I just make sure I try to tell them to keep on the alarm system, and then paying for
The subscription to have
paying
it
for the
recorded.
subscription. And I will tell you, I have some great neighbors that know what happened. Besides the one across the street, they got evicted.
Okay.
They're gone. Miraculously, not much has happened since
Since they left.
they were evicted. But the neighbor, if you're facing my house to the left, he kind of babysits it and watches it, and really felt bad because they knew how much time and effort, blood, sweat, and tears I had put into it.
Yeah.
I have to say, thinking back, like now that it was one of the scariest. I mean, waiting outside and the cop drawing the gun. I mean, how many times are you in that situation?
I mean, never unless you're on TV.
That's what it felt like.
When cops
Yeah.
do that and they're like, you wait here, and you're
Yeah.
like, okay.
I mean, that's what it felt like. And I'm like trying to think. I mean, it was about a year ago, but I was like, did I sit in the car? I think I just stood there, and I was pretty. I mean, you're frozen. That's all I can explain. Like, and I just started thinking things like, what if they run through the front door? She's going in the back. What if,
Yeah.
I hear shotguns? What if I don't know.
Yeah. That's got to be
was really
terrifying. It's
scary.
kind of like being in the ocean and not seeing the bottom of the,
Right.
but you can't see underneath you. So it's the same with you. You can't see in the house. You're just
See in the house.
waiting to see. Was it daytime or nighttime when they went?
Daytime.
It was daytime.
It was daytime.
Which makes it a little bit better, I guess. Not so eerie. Everything's always worse at night.
Right.
Now, as far as the alarm code, for safety purposes, it's a whole point of this show. When you're handing out the code to the Airbnb guest, and you're like, here's the alarm code, are you changing that after each guest?
Yes.
Okay.
So the front door and the alarm code. And what I found, give or take, just easiest, and people, I learn things when I go to other Airbnbs. Like, you learn what to do, what not to do. And usually I go by their phone numbers.
Okay.
So it's never repeated. And then, they can't see the information, but like I do phone numbers. I started doing like years, I don't know, different things, but I try to change it.
The phone numbers is actually pretty smart, especially for the alarm code for the house, because they won't forget it. Like, here's the last four of
exactly.
your social.
So when I went
or
somewhere,
your phone number.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I mean, usually it is a random code, and you have to keep going back to it. Or so the one time it was my phone number, I was like, that's really smart.
That is really smart.
It's a lot of work. It made it extra work,
I'm sure.
but for safety
Yes.
reasons.
Now, do you get freaked out when you check into your own Airbnb? Like when you're on vacation, are you kind of like,
Yes, because if you think about that, I mean, how do you know?
yeah. Especially if you're checking in late, like you allow your guests to.
Yeah.
I don't think you answered that question. Do you put a time limit on you can't check in after?
I don't. I know you're allowed to. I just usually try to prepare. Like that's why I talk to them before, they come in and see their situation. I think that also shows like customer service when you're like, what's your ETA? And then when you're leaving, because then the turnover services can start if they leave like 5 a.m, But yeah, I mean, I think it changed in general, just like once I saw what they had done to my place, and then the ability, to come in and do that to someone's home and be a squatter. I mean, I had never really, I know a lot of realtors, when you go in to show a place, I mean, I'm usually pretty cautious. I say, hello, we're here.
Yeah, you announce yourself.
The other day, this is perfect timing, but I was showing a home in West Chase area. The realtor did not, I just thought of this, and I remember feeling, did not tell us cleaning lady was there. So we walk in, and I think I'm hearing just whatever noises, you're making it up. I'm with 2 other people, so you feel okay,
yeah.
a little better. But for her sake, my sake, everyone's sake, I mean, I just said hello, and you hear hello, and she's in the bathroom.
these damn bathrooms.
And
We have
her
so many
eye,
stories
you
with
know, her
bathrooms.
eyes were kind of like to see me. She wasn't expecting me. So that's scary too. Like if someone on the other end is not expecting someone to walk through the
Yeah.
door, how do you know they're not going to get freaked out and have?
So your showing probably turned into that cleaning lady's terrifying experience
There you
at
go.
somebody's
I
house.
became, yeah.
Yeah. And that is very important for the sellers to let people know, like, hey, the cleaning lady is going to be there. We do that with final walkthroughs. Hey, you can do your
Absolutely.
final walkthrough, but my cleaning lady is going to be there.
Painter,
A painter's,
something.
the movers,
Yeah.
even.
Yeah.
So you have to notify them for that reason, because the last thing you want is to have that cleaning lady. What if she's armed?
This is what I just like. What
Yes.
if now with
But not only that, what if she's elderly and you just gave her a heart attack because you scared the shit out of her?
I do not
Like,
want that responsibility,
yes.
Lori.
Like all of these things could be avoided if people just
Yes,
communicate
communicate.
and say, hey, this is what's going on. So it's nice that you're doing the extra precautions for your Airbnb to make sure that, people that stay there are safe. Have they had any issues? Has it been kind of smooth sailing since then?
I think it's been fairly smooth. Again, there was a time after the squatters and what happened breaking into my house. There was a time where the people across the street they started coming over and taking my power. They were charging phones because remember their power got shut off.
Oh yeah.
So that it really rolled into it after that, and I just couldn't take it. I ended up having to have if you keep calling for trespassing, they end up giving you a sign, which is interesting. And if you post the sign, do not trespass, the police are aware, and you'll be escorted, you'll be arrested on the spot, basically. So that's what it came down to.
Okay.
Is connected to them was across the street. I mean, truly, that whole thing was absolutely terrifying as well. That they just thought they could come over, use the power, hang out on the front porch. I don't know. This was like a month of craziness. But once they got evicted and left, I still was a little bit fearful. They knew I had an Airbnb that was sometimes empty. It was just.
So for the entrance, when they got in, did they like break a door open? Did they how did they get
the
into
back
the
door?
house?
I will say, I had it fixed, but it was not great with the way he put it. He cut out an entire wall, basically it was a window, and made French doors.
Okay.
Well, French doors can be a little tricky, and if you didn't latch, I believe they took some type of screwdriver or something to pop it open. But I will say they were smart enough there were Ring cameras, the back, the side, the front. The front, piece of gum.
Oh,
Piece of gum on
Wow.
the camera that we had to take off. So
It was meth gun.
it was meth. Yeah. I mean, there was, I found, the cops found the meth pipe. It was crazy in there. It was scary. I mean, and just gross. You feel
Violated.
violated for sure.
Like that's pretty intrusive for somebody, and it does make you question your safety when you walk into other homes.
And my guess. I mean,
Yeah.
for me, it's one thing, and then thinking strangers, you'd put them into that situation. So I just don't think that's something people have thought about or think about, but it happened.
So you've commented on the house a couple of times of like how it looked like a meth lab or whatever. Was it like ransacked? I'm trying to get the picture here of like when you look in and you're just like.
So I had to look back at pictures. I guess one of the things it stuck out was this. It was a freestanding bathtub that I put in. The bathroom's beautiful, I have to say.
Okay. Congratulations.
And thank you. But they kind of ruined it for me because they had taken, obviously, a bath. And
They took a bath? Like they took a bath?
it gets better.
Like you. So they broke into your house, they stole your stuff, they turned it into a
had
meth lab.
meth party. Okay, I don't know how else to say it. So the meth party had a lot to do with this bath scene. It was maybe a scene from a movie because they moved a mirror off the wall, round, beautiful or oval mirrors on the wall, double sink, vanity picture, and they moved one and propped it angled
To the bathtub.
to the bathtub.
Ugh. So the gum was the least of the disgusting things that you mentioned. They took
Yes.
a bath.
Took a bath. had, this was so interesting. And honestly, the detectives, the cops, I mean, TPD, it was multiple teams were called in for this. Fingerprints, the galore. I mean, it was a crime scene.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never really been a part of that. But they had the coffee pot. They had taken the coffee pot, put it on the bath tray. Had a nice acrylic
Okay.
tray. So they were drinking coffee. I cannot make this up. Coffee pot on the tray, and then sugar packets. I think the cops did say it had something to do with the meth and drugs that they crave sweet when you're.
Interesting. I've never done meth, so I don't know.
I'm learning things all the time, learning
I've
things every day.
never done meth before. I don't know what
So there were
cravings you would
sugar
have.
packets, 100. I mean, I think they took the box and what I leave out and just had eaten them.
Okay.
Um, they definitely took showers too.
I mean, at least they're trying to stay
They
clean.
were clean.
Just in the body sense,
They were
not the
clean, yeah.
drug sense.
I kind of was maybe thinking one day I'd like take a bath in that bathtub. I don't know, try it out. Like, no, I'm never going in that bathtub. Ruined it.
I
I
wouldn't.
ruined
I
it.
don't blame you. I'm surprised they didn't steal the bathtub. They had such a great time in there.
Right.
So,
Right.
oh my
The
gosh.
mirror was gross. That was like a scene. I guess they were trying to, see things
Okay.
happening.
That's gross.
Yeah, it is. You're
Thanks for the
welcome.
visual.
You're welcome.
That's so
You're
disgusting.
welcome. I know. Listen, I've tried to block it out. I love my place. I mean, I worked so hard on it and it's adorable. And the good part is I get compliments pretty much every time of the style and, yay, and you did
Hmm.
such a great job. Trying to erase that first experience with guests that were not welcome.
Yeah, that definitely didn't pay.
They did not
They
pay.
did not sign up online.
Took all my coffee, all my
They
sugar
took all
packets.
your coffee. Jesus.
Yeah,
Ah,
but there was a meth pipe, I mean, glass, real, left in the random drawer side of the side table that the cop found right away. I mean, they started in front of me. They started kind of like, I was
opening
like, what can I
doors.
touch? What can I not touch? But they started looking and she's like, oh, there it is. There's the meth pipe. So
Okay.
that was not their first rodeo of seeing something like this, to be honest.
Well, I mean, they're cops.
Right.
They see a lot of it, and we have
They do.
we
I
kind of have
know.
a meth problem here in Florida,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But I do want to ask you some questions
Sure.
for our viewers here.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to give one safety tip to other realtors now that you have gone through this situation, what would that one safety tip be?
I mean, never be alone. Never be alone. I mean, I know we've talked about this before and follow your gut instinct. I don't care if who the person is you're showing or who, just try to have someone with you. Another story, I was showing a house. I had that gut feeling. My handyman came to my listing. It was my listing. I said, pretend you're working on a light.
Mm-hmm.
I just, had the bad feeling and the guy ended up being really weird, angry that someone else was there.
Yeah, and that's
Like
a
I
red
know
flag.
I know for a fact that that would have been bad. So I just, if it's, anybody that can be there or know where you are and just as, someone else, you cannot be alone,
Okay.
you know?
So on the flip side of that, we know that we have buyers and sellers that go in unrepresented that could easily walk into a terrible situation as well. What safety advice would you give to a buyer or seller that is unrepresented trying to do this on their own and meet with the public?
Don't do it.
I mean, it's pretty short and sweet to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just scary out there. And I mean, the whole thing with the cleaning lady, I've had a defense, some type, it doesn't have to be a gun. Like, what if, I did get a stun gun.
Okay.
It was given to me, I think, by a boyfriend. He was like, what are you doing?
A boyfriend? How many do you have?
I mean, at the time, one, I didn't have one. But that's another podcast. No. But I really feel like sometimes I'm naive or like I try to think good, and people just kind of stuff hits you in the face a little bit, punches you in the face, and like you're like, okay, I could be killed. And then, you see on the news the realtors who,
Disappear and yeah, aren't as fortunate as you are to sit here and tell their story.
yeah, my brother's been telling me for years to pack heat.
And yeah, you're not listening to him. We need to bring your brother on here.
I know. It's a scary world.
Yes.
It is.
Yes, I was speaking with our last guest and telling them that real estate really is dangerous and people don't understand it. They think we just put a sign in the yard and
Right.
post it on MLS and then, collect a commission check and go on vacation for 3 months.
Right.
And it's just not
It's not it.
even close to what we do.
I mean, open houses, every single time I do an open house, I get nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's signs, welcome, come on in, but
Yeah.
who are you welcoming?
Do you do your open houses by yourself?
Usually no.
Okay.
And to be completely honest, I just try not to do them anymore.
All right, fair. There's a lot of agents that don't do open houses. There's a lot of sellers that don't want open houses done, because they don't want random people coming through.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. But as far as the ones that you do, obviously have somebody with you.
Right.
So you're not there by yourself.
Right.
So
and I've helped, like, other agents have reached out to me.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do an open house at your listing? And it's a single woman, and I think, you sure you're going to do that by yourself? I don't know. Nowadays, I just feel like you can't.
Yeah. I thought you were going to go a different way with that. I thought you were going to say that other realtors reach out to you to do their open houses with them.
Oh. Yeah.
Because I've had realtors do that. I have had realtors, hey, can you go on the showing with me? I feel uncomfortable. And my first response is, if you're uncomfortable, don't go.
Don't go.
Like, don't put me in danger.
That's exactly.
Like,
follow. It's a golden rule in a way. It's like your gut
trust it.
Is real.
It is.
It's always right.
It is. And that's why they say, like, the hair on the back of your neck, like, listen to it. Yeah. If you're feeling uneasy, there's a reason for it.
I know.
And just listen to it. So that's what
my sister says, spidey senses.
Yes, spidey senses. But I tell agents that. I'm like, why do you want me to come with you? They're like, oh, I got an uneasy feeling about the buyer. I'm like, why are we going?
It's not worth it.
What do you mean? Like, you got two options. Either you don't go or you go alone. Like,
right.
Like, why are you going to put me in danger?
Right.
But if they're just like, it's my first one, I'm not really sure, whatever. Like, okay, you're really scared, get it. But thank you for lying to me.
Right.
Let's go check it out. And usually it's nothing. It's not, I've only had 2 situations where I felt uneasy when I got there. And I just stood at the door and said, I have to make a phone call. You go inside and check it out.
Right.
It's just all about having common sense.
Right. Common sense, listening to your spidey senses.
Yes.
And then just thinking, like, it's not worth it.
It's not. It's not. No amount of commission is worth it. No amount of
commission's worth it. And it's really not difficult to bring someone with you. I mean, that's what I've been saying from the beginning, is like, just...
You can always find an agent that's doing nothing.
It's true. Nowadays.
Nobody's busy right now.
Nobody's busy right now. So take your pick. But, and I will say I have 2 male, like, agents that work for me or work with me. I'm like, I'm not your boss. You're an independent contractor.
Yeah.
But, and then one woman, and, like, I've done open houses with her, paired up. That was the rule I told her long ago, is just follow your gut and don't put yourself in that situation.
Yeah. I mean, I had a new agent that was doing an open house for me because it was in his neighborhood. And we had been on the market for like 30 days. I'm like, sure, if you want to. And he calls me and he's like, so I've been here for about 10 minutes. I'm like, okay. And he's like, there's a weird guy that's just parked in front of the house. And like, I went out there and asked him if he was going to see the house or whatever. And he said no, he was just parking there. And I'm like, okay. He's like, then he came inside. He started looking at stuff, just being really weird. He was touching the family's photos and like looking at them. I was like, okay. I was like, is he still there? He's like, he is. I go, okay. Lock up and leave. Like, tell him to get out and leave. He's like, we just started. I'm like, I don't care. I will cancel. I will take the angry phone calls from people that are like, you're supposed to have an open house.
Well, we had a weirdo in
Yes. So I'm so sorry, but there were other plans. And he felt so bad. He's like, I don't want to lock up. He's like, I was excited about this. I invited neighbors over. I'm like, well, do you want to invite them to your funeral? Like, lock up the damn house and leave. So, and he did.
He ended up. He was thinking it was going to be you there?
You know.
That's freaky.
I never thought about that. Thank you for that,
Sorry.
Allie.
Sorry, I'm just that's literally what I was thinking as well. He was probably like, "Where's Lori? It's not supposed to be this guy."
Yeah, because we do put in the open houses and it shows us
Of
as the
course,
listing agent. So
that's interesting to think about.
appreciate that. I'll think about that when
Sorry.
I go to bed tonight. But it's a valid question though. But
Yeah.
yes, he was just really weird. I told
Mm-hmm.
him, lock up, leave. I was like, just make sure that everything is locked up.
Of course,
Make sure
not coming
the
back
lights are
in.
off and
Mm-hmm.
everything is good. And then if you could just hang out for a little bit in your car, make sure that he actually leaves
Right.
the area. And he did. Everything was fine. We didn't have any issues. I actually did the next open house and had no issues.
Okay.
But I tell agents that all the time. If you feel uneasy about something, leave.
Wait.
Like, people are too afraid to make other people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm
Not
not.
you. I was gonna say, so not you, not me anymore.
No, like,
But a lot of stuff had to happen, which is to me to
yeah.
get to that point.
And that's usually the way it
You know?
works. You have the experience,
Mm-hmm.
and then once you have that experience and you have that fear in the back of
Right.
your mind and, a little bit of PTSD, if something else happens, you are going to have that moment of, I don't care about your feelings at this point.
Right.
Like,
I care about my life.
you're making me uncomfortable,
Yeah.
get out.
Yeah.
And most people, and especially if you are somebody that has ill intentions, you're not going to go after the person that is going to be aggressive towards you because you're not an easy target at that
Right.
point. So, but it's just,
And with your self-defense that I still need to
beat somebody's
work.
ass.
Yeah, I would not. That'd be someone's last move.
Yeah, I'm always in that time. I was talking to our producer Stacy, who's sitting over there doing a bang up job right now. So, we, I've told her, I'm like, I've had just so much anger built up. Like, I wish somebody would just
Okay.
give me a reason
I
to
mean,
start
you
swinging
don't
on
really,
you.
so I'm
I
gonna
don't,
have to
but
just take
at the
that
same time, it's like,
know.
oh, this is gonna be fun. No, it's not gonna
Yeah.
be fun, but I definitely have enough confidence, and I really hope that if I ever find myself in a situation to have to use it, that I can
Yeah.
effectively without getting hurt or somebody else getting hurt, except for the person that deserves to have their ass kicked. But at the same time, you never know how you're going to react
No, you
in these
don't.
situations. I hear so many stories from
Different,
realtors,
yeah,
and you're like, why didn't you do blah, 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 blah? And as you're like the outsider looking in, and they're like, I couldn't. Like, he was blocking this, or he was doing this, or I felt bad, or it was my sister's best friend's uncle. Like, it's always a reason why they were uncomfortable, making them uncomfortable.
Right.
And for me, I'm like, I don't care.
don't care.
You can say what you can leave me a bad review. I don't care.
I think the freezing thing freaks me out. That like that.
freezing?
when
Oh,
just
yes, you
freeze.
tense up.
Like you tense up, and it's fight or flight, right, or something, and then it's like you just don't know till you know, like you're saying. But
Kind of like how you were on the porch. You're like, I
that's
just
what
don't know what to
couldn't
do.
move,
Yeah.
thinking that this person could run through the front door.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, do you have any tips for fellow Airbnb people that have their own Airbnbs of like what they should be on the lookout for? I mean, obviously an alarm.
I mean, you
but-
have to have cameras, and people, I think, go either way with that. Guests go either way. Like, I think most don't care, and they get it, and they'll sit on the front porch and have the. I don't listen. I don't need. I'm sure it's entertaining.
Yes.
But I don't look at them. Sometimes entrance, if they have problems, which you give a million directions, love you, and people still can't open the door.
Yeah.
But I'll help with that and just kind of know when they're checking in. I think you should know ETAs,
Yeah,
like
for sure.
for leaving and arriving.
Well,
I
same
think
with
that's
your
really helpful.
your clients. If you're
Exactly.
texting them and you're like, "Hey," and they're like, "I'm 10 minutes away," and then 2 minutes later somebody pulls up and says, "Hey, I'm here to see the house." You're like, "Bitch, you lying."
not you.
Like, you're not the
Yes.
client. So
Communication, like expectations, right?
Yeah.
As an Airbnb, but cameras are necessary. I mean, it's funny. I have a sensor for the AC unit for the bedroom, which is really cool because, usually people don't realize the AC unit, the sensor is just on the little thermometer thing.
Okay,
And
yeah.
so there's a system where you put sensors. They think that's a camera, I think.
oh, I love it.
And so I think I had to disclose, like, just cameras on the exterior. Like, I think it's illegal, probably, right? To have I don't know,
Interior? I would
maybe,
think
like,
so.
Navy cams. I don't think that's no.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I think people understand, but you have to know what's going on. at your property,
Agreed.
so I have three cameras, one on the side, one in the front, one in the back. And then you can have extra, I guess, through Airbnb, you can have them show their license. You can have not really a background check, but you can do things. I do not do that.
Do you use Forewarn? Okay, so Forewarn, if you don't have Forewarn, you should get it. It's free for realtors.
Okay.
It's essentially you need to have their first and last name or their phone number.
Maybe from you. Okay.
Okay. You type it in and it gives you everything. It gives you way too much information, actually.
Overload.
I don't know why we have so much information, but we do. But the most important part is it shows you their criminal record.
Okay.
And it also shows you what car they drive. If they, so if you have somebody that pulls up in a white Cadillac, but it shows that they are registered to a red pickup truck, they're like, I'm your buyer. But like, no, you're not.
No.
It doesn't show you photos.
Okay.
So like you can't see a picture of the person. But it's free to realtors.
Okay.
Like other people have to pay for it. You have
Write that down.
Yeah. You put in your real estate license number. They verify that you're a realtor. It's called Forewarn, FOREWARN. Is that how you spell Warren? Yes.
Yes.
.com.
I've heard of this.
And I love it. I use it. Jennifer Zales actually told me about that site.
Nice.
So I started using it. And it comes in handy.
For everything.
If I don't know somebody, I put them in there and I'm like, let's just see. And most of it's like traffic violations and stuff. But
my brother has some app that does it, and he says I'm an angel. He couldn't find anything on me.
I'm sure he did.
I don't know why.
He's so biased
But
and
he
he's
has
lying.
looked up people that have come into my life or what have you. It's probably very similar to that.
Yes.
Because you can see.
Well, it's great, especially since they make it free to us to make sure that we know who we're meeting with and what we could or, possibly walk into. So if we're seeing on there they have a assault charge.
Probably not wanting.
Okay, homie, I'm not coming to meet you.
Yeah.
I might bring somebody with me, but probably not going to meet with you.
Do you meet alone ever?
I do, but you have to understand, as you probably know, my business is repeat referral.
Yeah.
I vet them heavily. They do my whole buyer questionnaire. I get their driver's license number.
Okay.
The whole shebang.
Kind of do a mini background.
I do.
check.
Yes. I run them through Forewarn if I don't know them. And if something does come up, whoever it was that referred them to me, I'm like, hey, do you know about this? And they're like, oh my God, that was so dumb. He was defending himself at a football game and he got arrested, and I'm like, all right. So I double check it, especially when you're pulling up photos of these people and you're like, he could take me with his pinky finger. So let me just make sure. But I do show alone. If I know the person, obviously, but if I ever feel uncomfortable, which is hardly ever, I either cancel or I bring somebody with me, just to kind of feel it out a little bit. But I make it known to the person. Yeah. Hey, my colleague, Allie, is going to be joining me. My colleague, Glenn, is going to be joining me.
Yeah, expectations.
Because the second, if they have ill intent, they're going to cancel.
Yeah, they won't come.
So it's like, let them do the canceling.
Easy.
You're like, oh, okay.
What about cars?
Cars?
You drive.
I do not take clients in my car, only because I'm a terrible driver.
And they would not want to buy a house.
And they would
after they see the
right. They're like, I almost died in your vehicle. I don't take them in there mainly for the liability thing, and also because I like to thug out in the car to the radio.
Yeah.
So
many reasons.
Don't need them listening to me rap poorly to Eminem.
There's memes with following me and all that in the lights, but I'm just like, you have the address, you have GPS.
Exactly.
I don't know. I just don't feel the need for people to come in the car.
I agree.
For multiple reasons.
I agree. Well, this has been great, Allie. Thank you. I appreciate you coming on. I am just so thankful to all the agents that are willing to share their story to benefit other agents, especially for their safety. It is scary out there. So if somebody wants to find you and talk to you more about your story or more about your business, if they want advice about Airbnbs, where can they find you on socials?
Everywhere, really.
Okay. What's your handle?
Well, Homegrown Realtors and Allie Zamor. I think it's Tampa Broker.
Oh.
Allie Zamor Tampa Broker on Instagram.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again. I greatly appreciate you
having
coming in. Of course. All right. And if you guys need to find me, you can find me on YouTube at Mrs. Fear Estate. You can email me at mrsfearestate@gmail.com, and you can find me on Instagram at Lori Sanasari Realtor. Thank you so much.